Today we are speaking with Robert Laszlo Kiss.
Hey guys, love to be here and love to talk to you all. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, why don't you just tell us a bit about your personal background?
Yeah, as you said, I'm an industrial design engineer, but I am from Romania and I studied mechanical engineering, and that was mostly because in those areas parents push you to do something that will make you money. So after I realized that computer science is not for me, I switched to mechanical engineering because at least there was some sort of technical drawing, and I was always into drawing since I know myself. I managed to get in contact with people who were passionate about the same thing, and we started just drawing together, streaming, stuff like that. I also learned about guerrilla games. I wasn't a console player, so I didn't know about them. It was quite fun when I was at the fair at our university and I just walk around one of the stalls, and then there you just see these freaking amazing concept art sketches. Well, not just sketches, but drawings, and they really they try to push it towards realistic as possible. And I think this was back in the days of Killzone 3. They were just developing Killzone 4. So when I saw those drawings, I was like, wow, that's here. I have to talk to these guys.
On which project, if I may ask?
Yeah, of course. So back in those days, they just started up with Horizon Zero Dawn, and I got in finishing up Killzone Shadowfall. So I did a couple of props for Killzone and then jumped over onto Horizon. It was really fun, especially for me because I love sci-fi, I love high tech. So when I learned what the world is, wow, this is amazing.
And then we have the Randomizer. An important point is that Robert, right now, doesn't really know what he's going to work on. And now you hit Randomize. Oh, right. It's a multi-level bunker with caterpillar track with huge turbine accelerators. Have fun.
Right. Yeah, okay. Bunker with caterpillar track with huge turbine. Okay.
So what are you going to start to do first?
So I'll take it one by one. So I like to draw out the elements. So we sort of have a bunker, and I drew very rough ideas, and I just put it on caterpillar tracks. If I move this a little bit down, there would be probably some huge turbines behind it, just like that. And then that would have some sort necessary to be put on there. And with this already, we can see that the weight is getting a little bit too much there in the back. So what I can do, I can switch to the side here and just make the caterpillar tracks a little bit longer, push the bunker element to the front, and then make some space for the turbines here. It's actually, people forget about sometimes to think about gravitational points, because when you had this sort of block with the caterpillar and you put these turbines, obviously the center of gravity is going to move that way. So sooner or later that will tip if we put more elements there.
And then there's the third part. We look at the approach of the artist to solve the problem that the randomizer gave them, and then we just look into it very closely and find out how they solved it.
So here we go. Basically, what I did is I sort of pooped a little bit on what we did together, because I just quickly resketched everything.
I think it's great to see that you jump from software to software. This is usually something I only see from 3D artists, where they say, well, this one does this better, this one does this better. But most 2D artists I know, they don't do that. They just stick with it and adapt their workflow to the software.
Yeah, it is quite interesting. I never actually thought about it. And you are right. Like most of my friends who are in 3D, whatever they tell me the amount of 3D software that they use, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I don't want to do 3D after all. There's just so much fucking work. So one thing that I like to do is just add a little bit of gradient to everything, because in general, life is a nice gradient. And I like working with glass, because that's one of the tricks. So industrial designers are not necessarily fantastic rendering people. They can use really good rendering programs. But so our cheating is just make everything shiny. Like a car, it has a lot of reflections. It's shiny. Boom, it looks good, right?
Can you maybe use your magic brush and just go over it for a minute, and then we have the finished night piece ready? What do you think?
Well, if you give me a magic brush that can do it in a minute, I would love to try that, but let's see what I can do without that 1 minute magic brush. First of all, I need some darkness. I also need, so I'm looking at my thing right now. So right now the light is coming from there. So I'm going to add some shadow there. I added some atmospheric perspective here that pushed it a little bit back. I can take that away because I don't need it to be whiter.
There are many more to explore, and hope to see you again on CGCUP.